What's up, world? Welcome to the latest edition of the Riot Comedy Podcast presented by RiOT. Shout out to RiOT Natural Spring Water, keeping us healthy and hydrated over here. NBA playoff seedings are starting to shake out. We got a couple games left. Some games are going on right now. The West is the Wild West as always. Everyone
Wild
fighting
West.
to secure play-in spots, playoff spots. Um, Wild things happening right now. Grizzlies and Nuggets are playing with huge implications on playoff seedings. Um, with the way the West could shake out, we could see the Nuggets clinch the 4 seed. We could see them fall down into the play-in. They fired their coach recently. Do you think if they still had Mike Malone, they would be in a top playoff spot walking into this weekend?
No. I think that
Didn't matter what they were going to do. They were going to fall potentially to
I don't
the play-in.
know what's going to happen with them. I think Joker's a good enough player to probably keep him out of the play-in if I had to guess, but at the end of the day, dog, I've been trying to say this for like a while now that they're not very good. They're just not. So I don't really think it matters where they end up. I honestly think them falling to the 7 seed is probably better for them than playing the Clippers or the Warriors in the first round. I think them playing Houston, a young Houston team, is
Totally.
probably the best thing for them. And like, I mean, I guess you run the risk though of losing to like Minnesota or maybe even Golden State in the play-in though, and then you're playing OKC in the first round, and they'll get mollywopped by those guys like something fierce.
Yeah, that's tough.
So at the end of the day, though, the one thing I will say though is with them having the inability, like if we're over here talking about like, oh, if they play OKC, they're in trouble. If they play the Clippers, they could be in trouble. If they play the Warriors, they could be in trouble. It sounds like they're in trouble.
They're in trouble if we're pretty much in agreement that the best matchup for them is the young, inexperienced Rockets.
Well, here we go again to same song and dance of Jamal Murray's hamstring is hurt, so they don't know if he'll be back for the postseason or not, or what his playing status is going to be, and all those things. So, I mean, I said it when the season started, and I'll say it again. And don't quit giving these guys big old fat max contracts, dog. Like, quit doing it. It doesn't make sense. If you have a player as good as Jokic on your team, you should give nobody else big fat max contracts unless they're also a top 20 NBA player, because you can get players to come play with Joker in Denver. Like, I know it's not like the biggest market or anything like that, but you can get somebody to go there at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Because you don't need a superstar to go there. You already got your superstar. It's hard to get like a one option to go to Denver, but if you already got that, you can,
and you don't
get
need
the
that
right
anyway
pieces around Joker every time. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they're a panic trade away from the whole thing falling apart anyways. So that's what I would say.
Absolutely,
I mean,
absolutely.
At the end of the day, I think this is what I would say is that, like, I don't even want to talk about the Denver Nuggets anymore because I don't think they're good enough to talk about necessarily. I think Joker's good enough to talk about, but like, it makes me sad, like seeing somebody as good as Joker playing with these guys. And, at the end of the day, it's really hard to have a championship roster year in, year out. I know that we say teams do, but in reality, they actually don't, right? Like, it's really hard to have a 4-year stretch where you're actually a contender every single year. Like, I know we're like, well, LeBron was a contender for this long. Like, he was and he wasn't. Like, he has 4 championships in 21 years. So, I mean, he was and he was, he was and he wasn't. So, at the end of the day, like, this is what I would say, too, is like, I think the Lakers will clinch the 3 seed here shortly. The Rockets rested all 5 of their starters and Jabari Smith, which means that, like, they're basically just saying, like, beat us as bad as you feel like. Which is awesome. Like, I want the Lakers to be the 3 seed really bad because I do want a Lakers-Rockets playoff series for matchup purposes, and I'd really like to see the Warriors stay as the 6 seed because another Steph and LeBron playoff series where LeBron beats him is ideal. That is ideal. It's awesome. It's good for TV, and it's good for views, and it's good for us. It's good to talk about. So I think the most intriguing team that we have to talk about in the Western Conference playoffs is the Los Angeles Clippers. I think they're the most intriguing team in the Western Conference playoffs as far as, like, obviously the Warriors are intriguing, obviously the Lakers are intriguing, but this Clippers team is a team that's just flown under the radar the whole season, and, like, Zubac is having his best year. Kawhi's back and fully healthy. James Harden's playing at an all-star level. Norman Powell has elevated his game drastically. I don't like their bench a ton. That is one thing I will say, but I do trust them to outcoach any coach that steps on the floor with the Clippers. I think that Tron Lee will outcoach them. I guess my question for you is, like, what's the ceiling of the Clippers I know it depends on kind of who they play, but like, could they make a Western Conference Finals depending on how how things shake out in the Western Conference, or are they getting bounced in the second round or first round? What do you kind of think?
I don't see them making it to the conference finals because for that to happen, I mean, they'd have to beat the Thunder in the second round, and I don't see that happening at all. I don't see any scenario where the Clippers beat the Thunder. Like I
Do
would
you
I
think the
wouldn't
Clippers
be
would beat the
like
Nuggets with the hobbled Jamal Murray situation? I mean, all these things kind of come into play at the end of the day.
with a healthy Kawhi, they absolutely can, and
They
they
will.
might.
They will.
They might. Um, but if they get past Denver, they probably will. But if they do, no way they get past uh OKC. I don't think so.
Wild
Not
take.
happening.
Wild take. If the Clippers play the Nuggets in a playoff series, the Clippers are going to have 3 players that average 20 points a game in that playoff series. They're going to have 3, and the Nuggets will have 1. They'll have 1. So I don't like their chances. I think we're going to see Kawhi, James Harden, and Norman Powell all get 20 points a game against those guys. I don't trust Christian Braun to play defense. I don't trust Russell Westbrook out there to play defense anymore. He's too old. I don't trust Michael Porter. I've never trusted Michael Porter Jr.'s defense.
Nah, hell no.
So
You
like,
can trust him to jack up threes all night long.
so and those are the 3 positions that are going to be guarding these guys probably,
Yeah.
unless you want to shove Aaron Gordon out there on Kawhi, which is probably your best bet. But at the end of the day, I don't like their chances against anybody. Moving on, because we don't really know how the Western Conference is shaking out. We have a full scope of the Eastern Conference playoffs 1 through 6 seeds. Like, they're set. I know the Knicks and
Mhm.
Pacers have a chance to flip flop, but at the end of the day, I don't think it matters a ton. Because I think the Bucks will lose to either one of them. I don't. That's a tough thing to say. Giannis is getting a 30-point triple-double pretty regularly, but I do think that Indiana's playing their best basketball of the season pretty much right now. I think they're like a team that's actually together and really likes playing together. I think that'll
Yeah,
help.
it
And
does
they
seem
have
that
Rick
way for sure.
Carlisle. They have Rick Carlisle as a coach, and I'm a Rick Carlisle fan as far as coaches go. I think he does a
Me
really good
too.
job.
And I think they're playing great basketball, and I think they really overachieved this year
Do
for
you?
what their roster looks like. Yeah, yeah. I think if they win their game on Sunday, that'll be 50 wins for the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no way I would have picked them to win 50 games at the beginning of the season. 45 max.
I bet you they had. I mean, I don't know this for a fact, but they made the playoffs last year. I think they might have made the Eastern Conference Finals last year, if I'm not mistaken. I think they beat a hobbled up Knicks team barely to squeeze in and get the shit kicked out of them by Boston. I believe in the Eastern Conference Finals. Am I mistaken? I don't believe so.
Oh, I don't know for certain, but I
But
think
I know they beat the Knicks in a playoff series, and I know they made it to at
yeah.
least the second round. And I'm like 99% sure they made the conference finals. So
Well,
I would
my thing is
say,
when you look at that roster, they just don't look like a 50-win team on paper. Like not even close.
but when you win like 42, 43 games and overachieve in the playoffs, I do expect more wins in the next season when you have a young team
Me
like
too.
this.
45.
So,
That's what I expected. 45. I didn't expect no 50 piece from the Pacers, man.
yeah, if somebody would have given me the over-under on 50, I would have taken the under and been like 48 max. But they got to
Yeah.
win again. They still have to win to hit that 50. Um,
Yeah.
but I guess my question for you is I see a lot of people are picking Detroit over New York. I don't think I'm ready to go there yet. Um, Even if Jalen Brunson's only 60, 70% in that playoff series, I'm not buying it. I don't think that their veterans of Tobias Harris and Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. are going to be the guys that help them get over the hump. None of those guys, for the most part, have been wildly successful in the playoffs. I think Tobias Harris has actually been made fun of for being so piss poor in the playoffs his whole career. So I don't like that. I love Cade Cunningham's game, but they're not ready yet. So I don't think that they're going to lose to the Knicks. I'm not buying that. Now, I
Yeah,
do think if you're
I
the
don't see that
Knicks,
happening. I don't see it happening at all. But I do think the way Detroit has been playing lately, the last couple months of the season, they're definitely a team that you don't
they're
want to have to
dangerous.
play in the first round. They're dangerous. They're
Like,
dangerous for sure, and
but if you're
especially
the
if you're hobbled
Knicks,
up.
if you're the Knicks and the Pacers, you'd like to keep that 4 seed because, like, I'm trying to play Cleveland in the next round. I'd like to avoid
Yeah,
Boston until I get to the conference finals
absolutely,
because
absolutely.
Boston's not susceptible. Like they're not going to lose to one of these teams in the Eastern Conference.
Hmm.
I know a lot of people like to
I'm
say that.
really hoping I'm really hoping that the Magic can lose that first game, that playing game against the Hawks, and then beat the Bulls or Heat, whoever they play next. I'd love to see the Magic end up in that 8 seed because that makes for the only interesting, you know,
You think they
play-in
lose to it?
team.
You think they lose to Atlanta on purpose?
Nah, and I think they lose to Cleveland or Boston no matter who they play. But I think Orlando versus Cleveland is at least an entertaining matchup,
I would say
and they can
this.
give Cleveland some fits.
I would say that I personally think that the Orlando Magic have a better chance to beat the Boston Celtics than the Cleveland Cavaliers for the only reason is that the Orlando Magic have to play through their bigs because their guard play is not up to par compared to their bigs with Wagner and Paolo.
Hmm.
And I don't know if you've seen them Twin Towers over there in Cleveland, but them motherfuckers are good. And
Yeah.
Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, I think, can contain those guys to an extent. And then I
Hmm.
think just Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland will just shit all over the guard play over there. I think your best bet is like Wagner elbows Porzingis in the face as hard as he can. And then you have old Al Horford out there guarding these guys.
See,
Um,
I think Boston just has too much firepower as a team for anyone in the East to compete with them.
Agreed. When I say compete, I mean 5-game series with both of them, I think. I mean, I think Cleveland can maybe they might go to 6 with Cleveland because Cleveland just drops the ball.
That's how I feel. I think they can win 2 games against Cleveland. I don't think they can win 2 games against Boston.
But
And
I
even
think
though
one of
both,
those get but I think that there's a chance that like Cleveland goes up 2-0, Orlando wins one, they go up 3-1, Orlando kind of that bullshit series where it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, absolutely. So
you
so
know,
so it's like, yeah, I agree. I don't think Cleveland is ever not going to be in control of the series. I just think from an
if there's one
entertainment
team
standpoint,
that'll give you a couple games from lapses of trying though, it's the Boston Celtics. If there's one team out there that'll not try a couple
yeah,
games because they don't give a fuck, it's them because they know the
hmm,
deal. So I guess my
yeah.
question to you is like, of all the teams in the Eastern Conference, who do you think has the best chance to beat Boston? Is it the Knicks?
No way. The Knicks are garbage.
It's Cleveland.
It's Cleveland.
Yeah,
It's
man.
absolutely Cleveland.
I've been hyping up Cleveland for years now. You know me. I'm like that starting five is no joke. Like those dudes should be better than
Hmm.
this.
Yeah,
And
and now they're
I've been
there.
watching them. I've been watching them very closely the last month of the season. Like I have League Pass. I've been watching them a ton, and like I don't like what I see. Like I don't
You don't
like
like
it
what you
at all.
see?
I don't like what I see. I don't. It's better than what I've seen in the past from them, and maybe they're
Hmm.
still a year away. But if you're still a year away after losing in the playoffs twice already, to like teams that you probably shouldn't have lost to. I don't like. We'll see. Um, but like, I don't know. I don't like what I see. I think Boston mollywops these cats in 5 games
I think so too. I think Boston's just going to beat the brakes off everyone in the East. They're just waiting to get to the finals and see if they can
and lose to the
see,
Lakers.
see if they can lose to the Lakers.
They might lose to the Lakers.
They
Like,
might.
I don't want to get excited. I don't. I don't want
Yeah,
to
I
get
feel you.
excited. Like I've been a LeBron James fan my whole life, and I've been disappointed more times than not at the end of the day, especially in this Lakers stint. This Lakers
Yeah,
stint has not been like an ideal kind of thing for me.
yeah.
Um, but I guess so. Of all the teams in the Western Conference, then, because I think the Lakers, they're my pick to win the West, in my personal opinion. Um, is Golden State the hardest matchup for them, or is it the OKC Thunder?
It's the Thunder, absolutely.
You think?
Young, athletic team, and a superstar like Shea. Now, granted, Steph is as bad as they come,
And so is
but
Jimmy. So is Jimmy Dog. That's
they
a
are.
bad
They
motherfucker.
are. But the thing is that they are at their points in their careers where they could both show up and give you 11 points on a night.
But can you name one player in the NBA in the last, let's say, 5 years that has overachieved more than Jimmy Butler?
Nah, but you know, that was 2020 and 2022 when he
It's
was doing
still
those
in
things.
there though.
I know, but 3 years is a giant
It
leap.
is.
Like
But
that's a giant time frame when you're in your 30s. When
since
you're an
the
NBA player,
Warriors got Jimmy Butler, they've been on pace for a 60-win season.
they started off on fire and then they look like same old Warriors.
It's a tough one because like I don't really love their team outside of Jimmy and Steph. Like I ain't gonna sit here and knock Draymond.
Yeah, same.
I can't knock Dre. Like I've had choice words about Draymond Green in the past, just about like his offensive skill set, but I can't knock Draymond Green as a winner and as a basketball
We know he still brings value to a team.
100%. So I don't know. I think so of all the teams in the playoffs right now, then who do you think has the best chance to do an upset in the first round? Is it like you think Minnesota's the 8 seed right now in the Western Conference? They're the 8 seed right now. They're a dangerous team to go play.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're dangerous, dude. Like
if the Rockets lose to the Grizzlies or the Timberwolves, I wouldn't consider that a huge upset.
I would the Grizzlies.
Well, it's
with
definitely
firing
an upset,
their coach.
but it's not a huge upset whenever you win like 48 games and the other team wins like 52 games. That's not.
But they've
like
lost.
a huge.
But Memphis has lost. Memphis has lost like I think it's like 9 out of their last 14. Like fired their coach. Ja's over here throwing grenades.
They went on a serious skid because they were the 3 seed 2 weeks ago.
And that's what I'm saying. So like it seems like that's the kind of team that's like, well, you guys need to break up in the offseason. Like this is what happens. Like I explained it to you that one time. It's like, like they basically have blue balls. Like they never got to nut, and like now they just hurt and they ache. And
you gotta just do whatever you can, trade everybody, and either rebuild around Ja as quickly as you can, or blow it completely up and start fresh.
Well, I saw an interesting trade the other day on the internet or on Bleacher Report or something where it was like Ja Morant for Trae Young and like a first-round pick. And I'm not as mad about that as a lot of people would be.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Well, just because, like, obviously, player for player, I'd prefer to have Ja. But
absolutely,
Trae Young plays.
That dude's a hooper. We've always been big Trae Young fans over here. That dude hoops.
But he don't really be getting hurt. Like, that dude be in the lineup for the most part. Like, and I was saying this, like, Ja's had one season in his NBA career where he played 65-plus games.
Yeah.
That's an issue. Like, it's been covered up because the Grizzlies had a good enough coach to win games, which is a fucking crazy thing. And, like, I said this whenever he got fired, everybody, like, Ja, this is the rumors floating around, and it could be very inaccurate, but from what I've heard, it's Ja was upset about not getting as many touches as he used to. But it's like, when you play 50 games a season, bruh, we got to win games without you. And when we win...
These dudes out here who are playing 70 to 80 games a year got to get touches and get rewarded for actually being on the court.
When they're winning without you, it'd be different if these motherfuckers are a below 500 team without you. And it's like, when Ja's back, give him the fucking ball. But Jaren Jackson Jr. has warranted to call himself the best player on the team. Are you? No. But if I'm Jaren Jackson Jr., I need my motherfucking shots. I play.
I'm out here every night, dog. I need them too. Give me that.
I need them, dog. And like Desmond Bane's on a big fat contract. I don't think they need him. The Marcus Smart trade was one of the biggest swings and misses I've ever even seen.
Yeah.
Like they gave up. They gave up a first-round pick for this guy.
Yeah.
So, and that, like when they made the trade, it's like, I get what you guys are going for. You guys are the Grizzlies. You guys are tough. Like Marcus Smart coming off the bench. But like Ja Morant is a revolutionary type of guy for your franchise. You don't go trading first-round picks from Marcus Smart. It's the same fucking goddamn shit I said about the Portland Trailblazers a decade ago when they were out here trading first-round picks for Robert Covington and try to make a playoff push with Damian Lillard.
Right.
Stop it. Stop doing shit like that, teams.
You trade a first-round pick for a guy like Marcus Smart who's just like, he's a pest. And dudes like that bring value to your team, but they don't get you over any humps.
I saw Marcus Smart injure himself on a flop before. You ain't on my team.
That fool did too.
You ain't on my team, bro. You ain't on my team.
Never, ever, ever.
That means you reckless, bro, and you can't be trusted out here. So, and I've also seen him make some really piss-poor mistakes in the playoffs for Boston. I've seen him do a lot of silly shit.
I don't want anyone on my team who occasionally makes dumb guy plays. If you occasionally make dumb guy plays, you can't play on my team because I can't trust you in the playoffs, never, no matter what.
I'll give Marcus Smart his flowers. He has a Defensive Player of the Year award.
Mm-hmm.
But
still makes dumb guy plays. Can't play on my team.
I'm not so sure you earned it. Yeah, I get kind of tired. Like, so the defense, I'll say this real quick. The Defensive Player of the Year award is also like this stupid fucking narrative out there where it's like, and I'll bring this up too, because this will go directly to my next point about the Memphis Grizzlies, right? So it's like an award that, like any other award in the NBA, just give it to somebody, right?
Yep.
If you can't guard at least 3 positions, you have no business being called the best defender in the NBA. If you can't
I
guard 3
agree.
positions, unless you're Dwight Howard, who, like, we all know the body of work people are terrified of him. That's a whole different ball game. And when Dwight Howard was in his prime, that motherfucker get down in the stance and guard a lot of threes in the NBA and 4s and 5s. So don't get it twisted. That dude's a fucking baller. Like,
Yeah.
Marcus Smart was never better than Anthony Davis at defense. He's for damn sure never been better than Bam Adebayo at defense. Bam Adebayo is one of the best defenders I've ever even seen grace an NBA hardwood in my fucking 20 years of watching basketball. I don't think people realize how good he actually is at playing defense.
Bam's a baller. I've been a big fan of Bam. I mean, this dude's been like, whenever Anthony Davis is power forward and not center, Bam been the third best center in the NBA for the last 7 years.
So, with this Defensive Player of the Year award thing I brought up, so Jaren Jackson Jr. might get the Defensive Player of the Year award this year. It's between him and Draymond Green. It looks like Draymond Green has screamed his way to be the best.
He screamed his way into the conversation
to get it. Which, in my personal opinion, I think Draymond Green deserves more Defensive Player of the Year awards. So, like, if he gets one, I'm not going to sit here and be like, that's bullshit. Like, he's owed probably 2 more anyways. So, but if Jaren Jackson Jr. wins it, he has hit the Supermax.
Oh, shit. If you're Memphis, you're hoping he don't win it then.
Oh, fuck. I'd sit him. I'd put him in bad play. I'm like, you're guarding the point guard all game. I'm putting him in bad spots, dude. I'm putting him in bad positions. But if you're the Grizzlies, you can't give Jaren Jackson Jr. $70 million.
No way. Absolutely not.
But that hurts your franchise like a lot, though, right?
To not give it to him?
Correct.
I don't think so.
Explain.
You know what really hurts franchises? Overpaying guys. It cripples you, and it removes you from any sort of real contention. And overpaying a guy like Jaren Jackson Jr., if you give him like close to $70 million for a guy who's really like a $40 million player, you ain't going nowhere. You can't give a $40 million guy $70 million. Like, so if Jaren Jackson Jr. doesn't win,
Memphis will never find somebody better than him.
No, absolutely. Like, you don't want to lose him, but you can't overpay him and then leave yourself in a position to where you can't bring on other assets, which is what you'll do. You ain't winning nothing with just Jaren Jackson Jr. and Ja and then like some scrubs out there. It's not going to happen.
Nah, you ain't. And then I just wanted to kind of look up his numbers because I like Jaren Jackson Jr. I think he's a great player, but I don't know his numbers enough to, like, I know that he doesn't pull enough fucking rebounds. I know that. I knew that about him. I knew that for a fucking fact.
Right.
So he's getting 22 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.5 steals,
rebounds.
1.5 steals, 1.5 blocks. No.
On some real shit, I don't care what you are doing defensively. If you're only getting 5.5 rebounds a game, that means you're probably getting like 4 defensive rebounds a game. You are not the defensive player of the year. You are not. If you're a center,
in his defense, Zach Edey's ass be gobbling up fucking rebounds. That big old boy,
he gets 8.5 a game and he plays 20 minutes. You should be getting the rest of those, Jaren Jackson Jr.
I agree, but I just like the 22 points a game is really good. Like, that's solid. You have 50
absolutely.
Million, you have 50.
He's a good basketball player, but if
you're
giving me
$50 million a year player,
huh?
You a $50 million a year player in today's NBA.
That's fair. But
yeah,
not no supermax. Not no supermax. On some real shit, if you're 7 feet tall and you're giving me 5.5 rebounds a game, I don't care what you're doing on the rest of the floor. You're not a max player. You're not even close.
I knock Brook Lopez for the same thing all the time, dog. Like, I need more rebounds.
I've been
from
knocking
you.
Brook Lopez forever, dog. If you're 7 feet tall and grabbing me 6 fucking rebounds a game, I don't even want you.
At least Jaren Jackson Jr. does impact winning, though, because when Ja's out he's the best player on the court for them, they win. But they win more than they lose, though. So I will give him credit for that. But this is a situation where if you're Memphis, you better go test that free agent market, motherfucker, because I ain't giving you $70 million.
Absolutely. Like, we'll match whatever you bring, but I ain't giving you that fucking contract. That's for sure.
And we might match it. Like, if you hit 55, like, you're gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't tie my books up with you like that. I can't have John Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. putting me right at my salary cap, and then I'm filling the roster with scrubs. Like, I can't have that.
No way.
I cannot have that. So, but you're going to have to get rid of Desmond Bane. You need to keep Jaren Jackson Jr. at all costs, and you need to try to keep Ja. Ja's already getting paid. Jaren Jackson Jr., though, I can't. I think Draymond will win Defensive Player of the Year. He's so favored in Vegas right now that it's like pretty much a given. He's like negative 375. So like if you bet in $375 win $100, like yeah, you know. So that leads me though with some Vegas odds. You know what time it is.
Time for Shmoney's Money Line.
Time for Shmoney's Money Lines, dog, presented by, you know who it is. It's my bookie, baby. So
My bookie, baby.
I always have to clarify this. Don't know how many people make it this far in the podcast. You know, the way that I like to gamble is always on big money. I don't like to bet $100 and win $200. I don't have time for that. You know, that doesn't even pay.
Moonshots over here.
Shit don't even pay my electric bill, dog. My electric bill was like $490 last month, dog. I gotta be able to at least pay that motherfucker. So we're moving our way to the NFL. AFC champion. Who's coming out of the AFC? I'm gonna plus 1275. So the odds are good.
You got to be going with like Cincinnati or
No, they're plus 950 on my bookie.
So someone who's got even less odds than them. You're gonna be going with someone fucking crazy like
Los
San Diego
Angeles.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I fucking knew it. The fucking Chargers. I called them San Diego, but obviously
Chargers, baby.
Chargers.
Los
no
Angeles
way.
Chargers,
Get out of here.
baby. Los
Don't
Angeles
listen to this man,
Chargers,
nobody. Don't listen
baby.
to this man.
Harbaugh, baby. Harbaugh. He made him look real good last year when they were supposed to be in a rebuild year, and they're gonna get a lot better.
He did.
These guys are the real fucking deal. And John Harbaugh. I mean, which one is it? It's John over there, right? It's Jim. It's fucking Jim. Jim's over there. Jim Harbaugh.
Jim.
John's over there in Baltimore. But fucking Jim Harbaugh. I like him. He's the real deal, dog. Like I think that they have a legit chance. And I think there's a chance that they win that division next year. I really, truly believe that.
You know,
like the AFC West.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that, at them winning the division. But some franchises don't go to championships.
I know.
They are one of them. There's
know.
nothing you can do. There's nothing. The Chargers going to the Super Bowl is the same odds as the Clippers going to the finals.
You know, it's an interesting pick. I didn't look this up on my bookie, but the MVP favorite. I didn't look that up. But I bet Joe Burrow is going to be in the running for that motherfucker because, like, people kind of feel like he should have won it last year. And it's like, your team kind of sucks.
You know what I want to bet? This is the bet that I'm looking for. I don't know if I can get this on my bookie. I'm going to have to look into it. I want to put a bet on the 2028 NFL MVP. And I want to put my money on Patrick Mahomes to an MVP 4 years from now.
Somebody will take that action.
Four seasons from now, 3 years from now. And I base it on nothing except for this. All of, like, the great quarterbacks who won a bunch of MVPs, they did it in an 11-year window. So you win it in, like, 2007, you get it again in 2017. Like, Manning did it, Brady did it, Rodgers did it. So I'm assuming Patrick Mahomes is also going to do it. He got his first MVP in 2018. So I want to pick him to get his last one in 2028. Where do I bet on this? My bookie, holler at me. Can I bet? I got to get on y'all's website and see if I can
put that
futures bet on there.
If you have an insider with somebody, dog, somebody will take that action. It's like Rory's daddy.
Let me get like plus 2,500 on that.
You know
Rory's on it right now.
You know Rory's daddy did that, right?
Yeah. yeah, he did too.
He bet it like 20 years in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's like he went to a fucking local bookie in Ireland and was like, my son's gonna win a fucking major.
Yeah, he's like, all right.
PGA Tour major, and the guy's like, fuck, all right, I'll take that. I'll take your fucking money. Mm-hmm. And I always wondered if he ever got paid out for that.
You better go break someone's thumbs if he didn't.
I mean, he's fucking Irish. Like that bookie probably drank himself to death already before that. I mean, those guys
he went out of business. He don't work there no more.
They drink themselves to death by fucking 45. So like, I don't know if he's still alive or not. I don't like his chances.
He at least went home and beat the hell out of his wife.
Rory's the favorite to win the Masters right now on my bookie.
Nice.
I would never bet on golf. God, you talk about one bad swing. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And that
one bad hole ruined all 72 of them.
And them greens are no joke this week, dog. I've been watching bits and pieces of it, dog. Those greens don't stop.
Yeah.
They're so hard right now that like people are saying that like if you take your casual golfer and they started every single hole on the green and the hardest part of the green, they wouldn't make the cut. I like to think I could tap myself in, 4 or 5 tries though.
You know what I mean? I like to think I could shoot like. Well, what's the cut gonna be at the majors after the first 2 rounds?
I don't know who the leaderboard is right now, but like you can't play par golf on them greens.
Ain't no way.
fucking
Ain't no way. Especially you put me in the hardest spot. Ain't no way I'm making every single putt in 4 tries on every hole. You know, average out to a par 4. You got a couple threes and a couple fives, but
I mean the Masters leaderboard. Let's see what the Masters cut is right now. The leaderboard: Justin Rose and Rory. Justin Rose is 8 under. He shot 7 under the first day, and Rory shot 6 under in round 2. Oh my God, that's a lot. The purse this year is $20 million to spread out. That's a lot. Let's see what the cut is.
What the cut's looking right now?
I'm
probably like +5.
Let's see here. It's gonna be tough for me to maybe find. Let's see. Brooks Koepka implodes on 18 to miss the cut. Oh man, hilarious. I can't find. Oh, +2 is the cut this
Ain't no
year.
way I'd make the cut. Ain't no way either one of us will make the cut.
I'd be +25 after the first day, dog. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm a good enough putter out here, dog. I might bogey every hole. I like to think I might give me an albatross. I might give me an albatross on par 5 though. I might be able to get it real close. I don't know. Once you got used to the green speeds, though, that's
chances.
Once you got used to the green speeds, though, that's where shit would get out of hand is the first 4 or 5 holes when you have no idea what you're doing and you're not used to the green speeds and shit's fucking sailing on you. You'd be like +8.
You'd be like +8. You'd be like +8 after 2 holes and be digging yourself out of that shit the rest of the day.
For sure. So 2 things before we end the podcast. Number 1, you have 3 seconds to think about it. Who do you have winning the championship in the NBA?
Lakers, baby.
All right. I'm gonna take the Boston Celtics. I don't know though. I mean that's what my head tells me to do. I'm gonna take the Boston Celtics. We'll see. As fucking sucky as it is to say and as gay as that is to say, I don't like it. But a little positivity to end the podcast. I always like a little bit of positivity. Who do you want to give a shout out to? Or do you want me to go first?
I want to give a shout out to Kawhi Leonard. Because this man, every time he's injured, he just comes back like he never missed a beat. And if he can be healthy in the playoffs, the Clippers are going to be very entertaining to watch. They're a serious threat to win the West. I wouldn't pick them to win the West even if they're healthy, but it's going to make for a very interesting playoffs. And if Kawhi, if some crazy shit happened, about this like Kawhi, if he busts off the championship, wicked.
Well, here's the thing, and that's what I was about to ask. We talked about it the other day, and keep in mind that if he wins the championship this year, it's for the Dippers, which is that's like winning 2. Like it's like winning fucking 2, dog. Like
absolutely,
like LeBron winning a championship in Cleveland,
a franchise like this, yeah, it's like that.
Where does it put Kawhi in the top list of all time, in your personal opinion?
If Kawhi were to win a championship this year, he's in the teens. He's got to be like right behind or right around that Dr. J, Oscar Robertson 13, 14, 15 range.
I like it. And he'll be the highest person on the list.
And the thing is, if he even like if he were to do that, and he's got the 3 championships, he's got 3 Finals MVPs, he's got the Defensive Player of the Year awards, he's got everything. The only thing he was missing was like racking up totals, racking up 25, 26,000 points, racking up steals and blocks and all these like career numbers.
Is it fair? Is it fair to make the top 20, top 15 list, arguably, though, right around there with no MVPs and never sniffing one?
I think it is. I think it is.
He's only averaging 20 points a game for his career.
Oscar Robertson never won an MVP. He's in
Mr.
everyone's
Triple
top
Double.
15. Never won an MVP.
Also, Kawhi Leonard is still short of 14,000 career points.
For sure. That's what I'm saying though. That's the only thing with Kawhi is that he doesn't have the career totals to, you know,
I agree though.
solidify him
I
there.
would put him in I'd put him in that 16, 17, 18 range though. You're top 20 for sure.
Absolutely.
You're one of the
Absolutely
hardest
top 20
careers to ever assess.
yeah. But like if again, this is all like if he gets his third championship, if he gets his third finals MVP,
Right.
it's like accolade wise, who can you put up? There's not a lot of dudes you can put above this dude. It's like 12
Agreed.
guys.
That's why I would put him in like that 15 to 18 range probably. Because
Mm.
like the NBA's gotten so good now that like the number 11 on everybody's list ranges from like it's like Akeem Olajuwon and shit, dog. Like
Yeah, yeah.
the NBA's gotten really good. So
But
it's really hard to
at a
even
certain
assess
point,
some of these
it just
talents.
comes down to sometimes it can just come down to what would you rather have on paper. So like, because the dudes who would be right behind him, if you got him in like the 15, 16, 18 range, whatever, it's gonna be like the Dwayne Wades, the Kevin Garnett's. So you compare him to someone like Kevin Garnett, it's like whose career would you rather have? Would you rather have 26,000 points and one championship, or would you rather have 16,000 points and three championships and three Finals MVPs? Kevin Garnett's got an MVP, but no Finals MVP. Like looking at the accolades on
Yeah.
paper, I would rather
Right.
have the three championships, three Finals MVPs. Now I would damn near rather have
there's a
Kevin Garnett's career and be healthy for 20 years versus sitting out every other year like Kawhi has too from knee injuries. But
I'm trying to think, man. There's a podcast that always pops up on my feed on Instagram. And it's like these two white dudes that just be chit-chatting and shit. I don't know who they are. They're pretty famous though. I see a gold plaque
yeah,
in their
I know
thing,
who
so
you're
they're
talking
pretty
about.
famous. Yeah, yeah. So there's one guy on there that always says that Tim Duncan is like super overrated, a career score of like 19 points per game. I think Tim Duncan for his career is like maybe under 20 points per game or right at it. And this
Yeah,
guy keeps
probably
saying
for
that
his
Tim
career.
Duncan's overrated. And this is what I would say, dog, is that like casuals need to shut the fuck up about basketball, okay? Tim
Yeah,
Duncan is not underrated. It's blasphemous. And to even say such a thing, Tim Duncan's a top 10 player of all time, motherfucker. So I don't know
honestly,
this guy.
I was gonna say anybody who thinks Tim Duncan is overrated doesn't know dick about basketball, and I don't even want to
Never
hear what else
watched
they
it.
have to say. I
Never
don't want to
fucking
hear what else
watched
they
the
have to
NBA.
say. You don't know shit about
Never
basketball if
fucking
you think
watched
Tim
it.
Duncan's overrated. You don't know shit.
I might DM those motherfuckers, dog, and be like, yo, you guys need to seriously shut the
Cancel
fuck
your
up.
fucking podcast. Cancel your fucking
Like at
podcast.
least the NBA. Like quit talking sports on this bitch, dog. Like I ain't nothing against
Y'all have no
motherfuckers. Like,
business talking into microphones.
absolutely not, dog. And like it is what it is. Like, do you get your views, get your paper, boo boo. Like I'm happy for y'all, motherfuckers. I'm glad you guys don't have real jobs. I'm happy for y'all. Keep getting your paper, but you guys keep doing this slander on fucking Tim Duncan, dog. I'm gonna make a cartoon about y'all motherfuckers and make y'all kiss or something, dog. Because y'all motherfuckers is
I
killing
fucking
me.
heard that
It's
shit.
pissing me
I
off.
heard that, man.
But back to positivity, because there ain't nothing positive about what I just said.
Last thing, I don't put
Yep.
Tim Duncan over this man, but Tim Duncan is so good you can put him over Kobe Bryant and you get no argument. You should get no argument from anybody for that.
I mean, for God's
a
sake, Steph Curry
respectable-
just passed him.
Right.
Just passed him with
It's a
his fourth championship.
It's a respectable choice. Just past who?
Tim Duncan.
Steph Curry
On the
past Tim
all-time list.
Duncan?
In my personal opinion, I think Steph Curry's ahead of Tim Duncan on the all-time list.
I
But
don't
see?
have him ahead in mind.
Look, but
Yeah.
look, that's the thing. Is that it's okay to say that.
It is. It is.
That means Tim Duncan's not overrated, motherfuckers. Like he
Right.
is. Like he's the most when basketball.
I would honestly say Tim Duncan's body of work is so far superior, so far ahead of Steph Curry's. It's like they ain't on the same level of greatness to me.
I would
like
say
Tim Duncan's a whole tier ahead of Steph Curry.
Tim Duncan was the best player at his position for 15 years, and he played in he played in the era of probably
The greatest power forwards of all time.
not only that, but it's maybe the most stacked position we've ever had in the NBA when it comes to 1 through 12 at one position. Like I can't think of a fucking generation in basketball where one position had this many good fucking players.
The 2010s was like this for small forwards. You had LeBron, you had KD, you had Kawhi, you had Giannis. Even like you go down the line, like dudes who
Your
weren't
Paul
like their level, but
Georges.
like the Paul Georges. Um, keep going further down the line. Andre Iguodala when he was in Philly was a menace.
Yeah.
I mean that's a stacked position. We watched the small forward position become like your all around like Tracy McGrady helped usher in that era of your small forwards who play like two guards and are just all around super ballers.
Pretty fair. But when you look at the top 5 power forwards of all time, like 4 of those motherfuckers played against each other.
No, no.
But yet,
As great as that era of power forwards was, there's only two of them that well three. Okay, three, yeah, because Dirk
Dirk, KG, and fucking
and Timmy, yeah,
and Timmy, dog. That's no joke. That's no
that
joke,
is no
dog.
joke. But that's not any more stacked than LeBron, KD, Kawhi, Giannis.
But look at what we have to go get to compare that. That's crazy. That's fucking
Yeah,
crazy that like I guess LeBron, KD, and Giannis did all play together. Giannis should have never been the 3. That's neither here nor there. But back to
true.
positivity. Back to
But Duncan,
positivity though.
Duncan's up there. You can put him top 5 if you want.
I agree. But Ja Morant, dude. Shout out Ja Morant. I'm a big fan of the grenade celebration, dog. I'm a
Oh, the grenade
huge
throw is
fan.
so awesome.
And I love the fuck you to everybody, dog. Like
Me
we
too.
out
Me
here
too.
trying to cruise. Like I get that it's tone deaf. Nobody's saying that it's not. Nobody's saying that it's not tone deaf. But at the end of the day, like Ja never shot nobody. Ja never actually like packed them hammers number one. And not only dog,
Right.
like it's fucking super funny. It is super
It's
funny to
hilarious.
throw a grenade.
Absolutely hilarious. And it's also like just from an entertainment standpoint, like even if he didn't get in trouble with all the other stuff,
Yum yum
the
yum yum
grenade
yum.
celebration is one of the very best celebrations the NBA has ever seen.
Eat it
It's
up,
way
dog.
better than
Yum
Steph's
yum
Night
yum
Night.
yum
And
yum. I
Steph's Night
love
Night's
it.
the best new one we've got in a minute. The grenade throw, best NBA celebration we've seen in like 10 years.
The night is special. Like that's
The
a
night night
special.
it's special because Steph is special. Just from like the celebration itself, take away the person, everything else, like
But it's the moments he's done it in.
the grenade celebration is dope no matter who did it. The
I like
night
Steph shitting on
celebration,
people.
Steph shitting on people's fun.
That shit's
But again,
fun.
those are like
But
not
I agree.
anybody can do that. Not anybody can do like Steph's night celebration is so dope because Steph is like a straight killer and like he, you know, puts fear in these fools' hearts
But
and
as
ends
far as
games
like
early.
celebrations go, like I will put the fucking grenade throw right up there with Carmelo Anthony's fucking 3 to the dome, dog. That fucking 3 to the dome is fucking hard,
I
dog.
gotta put it above it, man. I like their grenade silly a lot. It's my
I
favorite
love
in a
it.
minute.
Well, like the context of it is what makes it so good. Like I'm here, like the GTA comments people have been making online about Ja, like, dog, just
Yeah,
do it. Just let's just feed into this shit, dog. Cause like you said though, dog, like the NBA, you find this motherfucker all you want. Talk that motherfucking talk all you want, Adam Silver making
hmm
the league all fucking weak and shit. But it makes people talk about the league and it makes people fucking want to see Ja play. And that's what
absolutely.
keeps fucking asses in the seats, motherfuckers. So don't, Adam Silver, start fining people for doing fun shit because you're going to end up being the no fun league like the NFL and everybody's going to think your league's fucking gay.
Totally,
So,
totally.
end of the day, shout out Ja Morant. Get a bazooka, get a throwing star, machete, whatever you need. I don't care if you start slitting Undertaker fucking throat slitting motherfuckers, dog. Like, do you, boo boo, because I'm here for it.
We here for the entertainment every time.
And it's just funny. Like, some things are
It's
just
fun.
funny, guys.
Super
And
fun.
it's okay. No kid's gonna fucking go throw a grenade because Ja did it imaginary in a game. It's fine. It's fine.
They'll do it in games for sure. If I was a junior high school kid, the grenade would be my new celebration.
My coach would have been making me run for that shit. I would have ran till
My
I'd have
God.
ran till I threw up, boy. They would have ran my ass up
Same.
and down that
I'd have
motherfucker for
been
that shit.
doing stairs all the next practice. I'd be letting off these grenades.
I fucking heard that shit. Well, I think we've went well past our time.
We did. We always
Oh,
do.
like always, but we'll be back Monday because the play-in tournament is Tuesday.
Yeah, and everything will be set. All the seeds will be locked Sunday night. Last game,
I
the
might get
last day of
excited and do a
games.
podcast Sunday night, dog, because like I'm gonna be up Sunday night,
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah.
be up,
Oh
dog.
yeah.
I'm gonna be up. I'm
We gonna be up
excited.
for those games.
Let's see one
But
last thing. We'll jump off the podcast, then we'll chit chat a little bit more because the Lakers are an hour into their game, and I want to talk to you about some of these scores and shit. So
show enough.
we'll do that when we hop off of here. I was about to bring it up, but like, ain't no sense in running an hour-long podcast.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for rocking with us. We'll be back Monday. Y'all have a dope weekend. Stay up.
Holla.